Kia ora everybody and welcome back to the kitchen. We've got a surplus of tomatoes here at the moment. Actually, I had way more than I thought I had, and somebody had them on toast this morning. So we're going to be making a relish of sort. I was going to make a tomato relish, but like I said, some of the tomatoes have gone. So we've added zucchinis to it. We're really flexible here. Let's have a look. Let me show you what we've got. Righto. We've got a couple of zucchinis to replace the tomatoes that got eaten. Handful of tomatoes, couple of onions, some flour to thicken it with, some cider vinegar. Now you could use malt vinegar if you want, or white vinegar, up to you. Some curry powder and some brown sugar. Easy as. Let's get it going. Righto, I've chopped up my tomatoes. They're about that size. Okay, rough chop them. And I've got the skin on them too. I'm not about blooming blanching them, and I haven't got time for that sort of stuff. I've chopped up my onions about that size. If you want them a bit thick and chunkier, then that's up to you. That's all good. And grated up my zucchinis. So I'm going to chuck them all in the pot and add my cider vinegar and go from there. Easy as. Okay, I've just put it onto the boil. Now this is a perfect time to get your spoon and taste the flavour. Okay, is it too acidic? Is it too vinegary? Then add a smidgen more sugar. Okay, a little bit more brown sugar. Is it too sweet? Then add a little bit more vinegar. Does it need a little bit more salt and pepper? Does it need a little bit more curry powder? This is where you adjust the taste according to your tastes. Okay, so I'm going to let it boil for a little bit and we'll go from there. Righto, that's pulping up beautifully. That's been cooking for about half an hour. I'm probably going to let it cook for another maybe 10 minutes or so. I want to make sure that there's no fruit bits, you know, tomatoes and things that are still whole. I want them all to be nice and pulpy. So let's get the jars ready. The next important thing is to get our jars ready. Got to make sure that your jars are clean, okay? And that when you run your finger around the edge that they're not cracked or there's no breakages, because it won't seal. We're going to use the old jar lids here, and these are perfectly fine. I'm going to boil these up so that it'll soften up the rubber bit around here. And when we've got hot jars, hot pickle, and hot lids, it'll seal. That's the plan. Righto, I've added my flour and enough water to make a slurry, okay? Just so that I can thicken up our pickle. Now this is just plain flour as well. We don't want self-raising, we just want plain. Right, I've just added my flour and water to this and it's thickened up beautifully, and I'm going to let it cook off for another 5 minutes and then we're ready to bottle up. Okay, I use a roasting dish underneath because it just makes cleanup a lot easier. Now fill your jars up to about almost to the top. The first one I overfilled, so I'm just going to take some of that out, and then with a clean damp cloth give your rim a good wipe so that there's no pickle there. That way the lid and the rubber can seal down properly. Easy. Okay, have a look at that. That would have done about 4 jars, 4 of these size jars around there. So any extra I tend to put into a container like this, and when it cools down I pop it into the fridge, and that's the first one that we eat. Now these need to be covered. Pop a tea towel over top of them and you'll hear these, that bit there, can you hear that? Pop. So when it cools down it'll suck it in like a vacuum and seal it, and these should be good for a few years. They won't last that long in your cupboard, they won't. But how easy was that? How flippin' easy was that? That took about an hour, if that. And that's also because I fluffed around with cleaning jars. So super easy, okay? No brainer. We make this at kindergarten with the kids, okay? So I hope you guys are well. Take it easy and we shall see you very, very soon. Ka kite anō.